Okay, hello and welcome everyone. We're doing Murder on the Orient Express, Chapter 8, and only Chapter 8. And now, without a further ado, I'm going to hit continue and then we're going to see what this chapter offers. Okay, so to last chapter, we found out a lot of things, or investigated a lot of things.
You're right, Mr. Book. This dessert is delicious. I'm glad we didn't wait for dinner.
I promise the entrée will be superb as well.
Detective Locke, you are recovering well, I see.
Yes, I should be helping with the investigation. Do you know who drugged me?
It is early yet for conclusions. When I return, then we shall see.
Do not worry, Poirot. She is in good hands. Hotaru, Freya, and yours truly are looking after her.
Okay, that's good. So we're supposed to just see what's going on. Who drugged her? Who could have done it? We're suspecting Princess Dragomirov. Again, coolest last name ever. And the only person that had the means or the opportunity are two people. We got Hildegard right next to me, and then we gotta talk to Mr. Mitchell wherever he is. But he's not in the quarters, so we might have to go to staff
Good
rooms.
evening, Fräulein Schmidt. May I disturb you for a moment?
You asked so politely, mein Herr, but I do not think I have a choice.
Okay. So, I'm gonna say wakes up. I don't think I want to go with the aggression accused, like, you drugged her! Unless he's trying to invoke a reaction at her.
I wanted
Let's see.
to let you know that your roommate, Mademoiselle Locke, is awake.
Ah, yes, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about her. Did she tell you what had happened to her?
Unfortunately, she doesn't remember much, but we found a residue of a sleeping pill in her cup of tea. Since you two were alone together in your room when she drank it, who else but you could have drugged her?
Must I point out I do not make the tea on this train? You should question the conductor or the kitchen staff.
Mm-hmm. Did she have sleeping pills? I don't remember.
I know you have sleeping pills, Fräulein.
I do have some. Do you think I'm the only person on this train who finds it difficult to sleep? I believe the Countess Andreni takes them. And I heard the Olsen woman thanking Mrs. Hubbard for a pill.
That was aspirin.
If you say so.
Mademoiselle Locke could have died. Whoever drugged her must not feel any empathy for their fellow human beings, given the dose that Mademoiselle Locke ingested. She was close to death.
Oh my God. What did I do? I didn't want to hurt her. Just have her sleep for a few hours while we had time.
We? Time for what? Time
Whoa.
for what, Madame Schmidt?
You think I feel nothing? Nothing? That poor little girl.
Indeed, that poor little girl. Fräulein Schmidt is somehow connected to the Armstrong case.
Huh. Well, you guys had time for what? Dragomirov. I'm just gonna go with the first option.
Think, Poirot.
So no?
That is
Okay,
not
so
a
what about
good
the second?
answer. My little gray cells did not let me down. Fräulein Schmidt, I have a certain reputation for sniffing out,
I am not a murderer.
forgive me,
Ooh.
but I was going to say brilliant chefs. You were the Armstrong family's cook, were you not?
Yes. I was the cook of that lovely, lovely family. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to give me some time to
No.
collect myself. It wasn't supposed to be like this, my darling, my poor darling child.
I will give you that time, Fräulein. You have given me much more in exchange. I must check in with my other suspects to make certain I have all the pieces of the puzzle in my possession.
Whoo! This case is coming together, and honestly, I thought it was gonna be chapter 9, where everything kind of comes out. But pretty early on chapter 7, yes, that's the last chapter I did yesterday, is when some stuff are being more clear. Either way, because of my cats, I have no idea
I have nothing to
where
ask
to go
them
next.
at the moment. I should leave them alone.
Okay, I will. I'll leave them alone. That's my room. Let's not forget it, because I always do. But it just sounds like murder. Confession of murder. But let's not jump. Whatever the train. I have no idea what the saying is, but let's not jump to conclusions quite yet. Maybe there's something else.
All that snow.
Are you familiar with the concept of entropy, Monsieur McQueen?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, I didn't see you. Entropy? Randomness in a system or something?
Yes, unpredictability. Even the best laid plans can go astray, thanks to something as simple as,
An unexpected passenger?
perhaps, or snow.
I don't like the way that he's being right now. It seems very eerie. Okay, so Mitchell, let's go to the staff. To the staff cart train. To the staff part of the train. There we go. Hi, Mitchell. You have some things to this. You have some things to tell
Good
me.
evening, Michel. Am I bothering you? You seem stressed.
With everything that's going on, I must admit it's difficult to be relaxed.
Of course, I understand. Especially since we know that Detective Locke's tea was drugged before it was served to her.
Detective?
Come now, Michel.
doesn't
Surely you
know.
would have taken the opportunity to search her things and found her badge. Luckily, she woke up and was finally able to tell us her story.
Otaru boiled the water, Jean made the tea. I just brought it. Sir, it could have been any of the staff.
Your defense is to accuse others?
Uh-huh. Oh.
You have a network connection?
No, unfortunately. It's just an automatic reminder to pay my rent. I always forget and
Wait, I
my
wanna pause
landlord
it.
complain.
First of all, I do not know what that jiggling stuff is in the background. It's in the game. For sure. And second of all, so was that his daughter, or was that the chauffeur that we were saying? I do not know if I myself as Poirot would recognize these people. But he's connected to the case. Everybody's connected to the case. Everybody connected to the case is on this train. And I'm glad that they mentioned that it's not pure coincidence.
Pierre Michel had to be involved in.
But like, god dang, everybody, he was riddled. This train was riddled with his worst enemies. And, you know, he deserves that. I really don't care.
At the end of the all, and now I know why I know more than one of those people on the screen.
Yeah, like who? So it was, oh my gosh. So it was him and that's another passenger on the train. They're all connected. I was joking when I said that every single person in here was related to the case. I was completely joking. I wasn't serious at all. And honestly, here's another reason as to everyone coming in here to get this man killed. And it's when earlier on chapter 1, no, on the prologue, Elena was like, oh, I'm a little scared to get on the train. Now I know why, because they knew what they were all going to do. But they're all, literally, if I go look, like literally everyone except the staff, if I go look on the character list, everyone is somewhat connected to this case. Everyone came in here to get this man killed. Oh my lord. And honestly, I was not supposed to be a passenger. I kind of got here by luck. So did Joanne. But she's still involved in this case. Okay, so who is the person on the left?
Yes.
And then who's the person in the middle?
Adequate.
And then the person on the right. Hard man.
Good.
Like, he
That's
said
the
he was
right
hired
answer.
to protect him. No wonder he failed the job. He was not, oh my
Are the
gosh.
father of Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's nanny. My condolences on the death of your wife.
What? But my wife...
Enough lies. Suzanne does not bear your name?
No. Suzanne's mother and I were divorced. Suzanne kept her mother's name.
My most sincere condolences, Monsieur Michel, on the deaths of Suzanne and your wife.
This job, I loved them, but I was never there for them. Then a year after the
This
divorce,
alarm clock every time I
Solange
six.
became ill.
I need to turn
Suzanne
it off.
Took her to this
I've had
special
enough.
hospital in the U.S. Got that job as Daisy's nanny.
I understand your pain, and the reason that led you to drug Detective Locke.
We really can't hide anything from you, can we?
Many have been foolish enough to try and keep the truth from Hercule Poirot.
Yes, I admit, I drugged the tea. But it was only to keep her quiet until I could... But she reacted so much to the sleeping pills.
She was lucky, as are you, that she didn't die. To be frank, there is one more thing that puzzled me, but I think I understand now.
Hardman is Mr. Mitchell's boyfriend. Was the future son-in-law for Mr. Mitchell?
Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé.
Since when did Suzanne get a
I have
fiance?
the impression my whole life to you is an open book. Yes, Cyrus was my daughter's fiancé. I almost consider Cyrus as my own son.
Of course, much more is clear now. I have been patient long enough.
Do you hear
It's
the
time to go
rattle?
and see what all the commotion is next door.
Okay. Good thing I wasn't crazy, because I'm like hearing this tick tick tick, and I'm like, guys, I swear it's not me. What is the commotion? What's going on?
Monsieur Hardman, excellent. The gods who watch over detectives must have trapped you here.
Oh lord.
Why didn't they watch over me? I'm a detective too. I was talking to Michelle about a leaky faucet, and I wanted to go out, but you showed up.
No need to invent some preposterous story.
But really,
Michel has told me everything. You
Oh, wow.
are the fiancé of Suzanne Moreau, his daughter.
You heard everything.
I see.
Surely this is not a big surprise to you.
No. Suzanne was the only woman I ever loved,
But
and I failed her. We got into a spat. It was nothing, but I was too proud to apologize. We weren't speaking at all. Suzanne never really cared for that guy, Noah. She would have forgiven me. If only...
If only. A common refrain between lovers who quarrel. Obviously, Pierre Michel and Fräulein Schmidt both drugged Detective Locke's tea, causing the overdose. No wonder she had so much trouble waking up. Time to report my findings to her and Book.
I need to be careful. Somebody's going to
I wonder
pummel
if
me
our
on the back of the
master
head
chef
for
gets
trying to
his
solve this
recipes
case.
from a game.
Okay, well, au revoir. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Don't pummel me in the back of my head, please. Yeah, listen to the music. This is what's making me a little bit drowsy during my gameplay.
So, my friend, tell me, you have something new?
Yeah, so let's do it in order.
Mademoiselle, look. I know who drugged you. Fräulein Schmidt and our conductor, Pierre Michel, both admitted putting sleeping pills into your tea. This explains your overdose.
Okay, and I'm sorry for pausing, but if, like, Mitchell is involved in the case, the thing that confuses me is that he's been working here for 15 years. So, unless it's, like, pure coincidence that... What the heck is his name? So, unless it's coincidence that Ratchet got into the train here, well, it's gotta be coincidence. That's the only thing that explains it. Because everybody else planned to be on this train for a reason. But he works here. And he has for 15 years. All coincidence, oh my gosh. I wonder if they all connected to each other. In a way. Like, if they all... Like, sorry. My bad. They are all connected to each other. That we do know. But... have they all... been pretending that they don't know each other for this case? Like, for an example, the hard man guy, he's pretending not to know Mitchell. Who else? Well, he's the only one for now. The hard man guy, Sonia, and the Dragomir, I have never seen them. I keep calling her Sonia. Elena and Dragomir, I have never seen them talking, but apparently they're grandchild and grandmother. And these two, I have not seen a direct... I have not seen a direct link for these two with this guy, but they have also been pretending to be like they don't know each other. And then all of the staff members, by far, so far, have not seemed related to the case whatsoever. And it'd be kind of funny if they find a reason to connect it on like chapter 9 or something.
They are relieved you are recovering.
Michel drugged a passenger? On behalf of the company,
He's
I
gonna
offer
get
my
fired.
apologies to you, Mademoiselle Luck. Michel will answer for this outrage.
Both of them? I was pretty sure about Fräulein Schmidt, but I admit that I did not suspect the conductor.
I have uncovered multiple connections with the Armstrong case. Pierre Michel is the father of Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nanny, and Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé. As for Hildegard Schmidt, she was the cook of the Armstrong family.
Everybody.
What a coincidence, don't you think?
Not at all.
It's incredible. What are the odds that so many people linked to that tragic affair ended up on the same train?
Because they
About
chose
the
to.
Same as you winning the lottery, my friend.
I wasn't the officer who interviewed Fräulein Schmidt back then, so she couldn't recognize me here on the train. How could they know who I was?
There were other passengers who might have. Or she...
Other passengers that might have seen her, or like Poirot said, Mitchell went into her luggage and then found all that information. So
She may have seen you when you visited the Armstrong home. It is now clear to me that some of the clues to this elaborate plot were staged for my benefit.
yeah, once I freaking solve all this, my name will be bigger. What did they want me to believe? The murderer got on their train at Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and got off immediately. That is true. They did want me to believe that at first. I do not know if... Yeah, I think that's it. Like, they opened the window. The train stopped at Vinkovsky. And hey. Now that we figured out that Mitchell is also a part of this, that helps a lot with the problem that I was having earlier as to how the guy got away with the murder. Because going into somebody's room and then going back at some point, it was just like the timeline was just off and I wasn't understanding it. I was just like, what? But I went along with it because I'm like, it looks like the game or like our detective here made sense of it all when I did it. So I'm like, well, I guess it's right. Maybe I'm mistaken something. But now, because I'm like, is the killer supposed to leave and get away and disappear when Mitchell is in the hallway? So, and to some extent, I'm like, what if Mitchell is a part of this? And that's the reason why the guy was able to get away. But no, the game was like, oh, he got away on his break or something. And I was like, oh, okay. But I think Mitchell was there the whole time. It doesn't matter. But either way, yeah, I think that's what they want me to think. But I'm gonna read the others just in case. The murderer boarded the train at Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and is still on the train. The the killer got on the train in Istanbul, killed Ratchet, and got off in Bel. Yeah, the first one, obviously. Not bad. I didn't even need to read it.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Magnificent.
Some clues and information collected so far could lead to a hypothesis. The murderer boarded the train in Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and then left the train immediately.
How did you come to that possibility?
Monsieur Hardman told me about a short man with a high-pitched voice who threatened Ratchet. Imagine for a moment that this man, wearing a wagon-lit conductor's jacket, killed him while Michel was on the platform at Vinkovsky. This murderer then hid the conductor's jacket in Detective Locke's room.
Oh, that's
then
true.
Fled before the train left.
That is so true. I did see the uniform in Locke's thing. Maybe they were trying to frame her or just hide it somewhere. But that's another fact that I didn't think about. The only people that could have done that is Hildegard and, of course, Mitchell, because he can get in the rooms. Like, come on.
Why choose
Easy.
Detective Locke's room?
Why, indeed. Let me re-explain from the beginning.
Ooh, okay. Reconstructions of the false lead. Reconstruct the events. Okay, the murderer boards on the train disguised as a conductor. The murderer gets off the train. Pierre Mitchell gets back. The murderer leaves the knife. They are losing a jacket button on the process. The train stops at Vinkovsky at midnight. Mr. Mitchell goes down the platform. The murderer gets rid of the jacket. The murderer kills Ratchet, exits the room. So, we're going to say the train stops at Vinkovsky and Mitchell goes down the platform. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I am supposed to put it in order. During this time, the murderer goes inside the train disguised as a conductor and then kills Ratchet. This first. And then Pierre comes back. Guy gets rid of jacket. And then, oops. Guy leaves the train. Please tell me I'm right.
Nope. Think,
this always happens.
Answer.
2 hours later.
No way. What if they're trying to say that the guy got off the train before he came back? What if that's what they're trying to say? Okay, so Mitchell leaves. Guy comes in. Kills. Gets rid of knife. Gets rid of jacket. Is able to leave the train. And then he is able to come back. Wow.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Okay. Well, at least I've solved it without the end.
That must be it. Everything fits so well.
It fits too well, my friend. Other clues lead to a second hypothesis, much more plausible.
No. Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna make me do it again. They probably are after this. There are several murderers who escaped to Vinkovsky. There are several murderers who wanted Ratchet's money. There are several murderers, all related to the... Yes!
That's the right answer. So, We have multiple murderers, all related to the Armstrong case. The murderer from Vinkovsky was a fabrication to turn suspicion away from those on the train. They expected the investigation to be led by some small-town official who could easily be misled.
Mr. Poirot?
Detective Locke, forgive me. You are an obvious exception. You tracked Ratchet with the tenacity of a bloodhound. Unfortunately for the killers, they not only had you to deal with, but now they had, and I say this with all modesty, the world's greatest detective Hercule Poirot, dropped into the midst of their meticulous planning.
Multiple
Two detectives.
murderers? Multiple detectives? Poirot, please take pity on me. Who is linked to this case and
Ooh.
who is not?
My poor
They're gonna make
friend,
me
I
select
have
it?
gone speeding out of the station without you. I will continue.
Yay! They I did want to do this. I don't know why. So, 9 people. Let me just do the obvious ones first. So, the grandmother, the chauffeur, the fiance, Locke, McQueen. He's somewhat connected, not too much, so I'm gonna leave him back there for a second first. Okay, how much do I have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, hold on. So, are we saying that the husband is not connected for now? Okay, he's not connected for now.
That was easy. Fraulein Schmidt, Pierre Michel, Monsieur Hardman, and Monsieur McQueen are all linked to the Armstrong case. I also know that Sonia Armstrong's sister and godmother, Countess Andreni and Princess Dragomirov, are on this train. And finally, Detective Locke discovered that Mr. Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
If we add Detective Locke and Ratchet, of the 12 passengers in that coach, 9 have a connection with the Armstrong case. What next, Poirot? Or should I say, who next?
It is time to summon everyone.
Everyone? Even Dr. Constantine? The train crew other than Michel?
Dr. Constantine, yes. I will need him. But we don't want the others as witnesses.
I will see that their duties keep them occupied elsewhere.
Excellent. I have always thought this moment in a case is much like Rodin unveiling the thinker before a captivated audience. A work of art. Have you not felt that way, Detective?
No, Mr. Poirot. I'm happy just to slap the cuffs on him.
Well, there is some artistry in that as well, I suppose.
What do you mean
Where
you're
would
happy
you like
just
the
to
advance,
slap the
Poirot?
cuffs on them? Don't act like you didn't come all the way over here to put the cuffs on Ratchet, and now you had to erase the same family that you were that you cared for, mainly because of the girl. And now you just like I'm happy to put the cuffs on them. I mean, I don't blame her if it's the drugging that she's like, oh damn, y'all drugged me. Cuffs.
The lounge?
Perfect.
Then I will gather all the passengers in the lounge.
Lounge, we shall go. Oh, never mind. Uh-oh. What is this?
Monsieur Bouc, are the train crew locked in their quarters?
Yes, they are.
Then the stage is set for the final act.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have gathered you together to hear my reconstruction of the murder of Samuel Edward Ratchet, also known as Cassetti. There is not one, but 2 possible solutions of the crime. I shall put them both before you, and I shall ask Monsieur Bouc and Dr.
Is it gonna be like
Constantine.
a final thing where people are just gonna be? We're gonna have like a back and forth of people arguing and being like, "No, that never happened. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence?" I don't know. I don't have evidence. So, but it'll be interesting if that's the case.
To judge which solution is the correct one.
2 solutions?
Mr. Poirot, I am hardly qualified.
Nevertheless, your assistance is required.
Look at them all getting nervous. You're sitting next to 2 murderers, Lee.
Now, you all know the facts of the case. Ratchet was found stabbed to death this morning. He was last known to be alive at 12:37 a.m. last night, when he spoke to the wagon-lit conductor through the door. His watch was found to be badly dented, and it had stopped at 1:15.
I have one thing to say. Yes, I'm solving the case. Yes, I've seen all their faces. Yes, we got 2 detectives. But just a reminder of the situation, of the fact that we're stuck in a train that cannot move. What stop if I solve this and I'm like, oh, I know you and you and you and you and you did it. Like, what's stopping them? Like, help has not been called. What's stopping them from getting off the train, like, and all running away or something? Like, what are we gonna do after that? Or will they just sit there,
examine the body
patiently
puts
to
the
be
time of
arrested?
death as having occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning. At half an hour after midnight, as you all know, the train ran into a snowdrift. After that time, it was impossible for anyone to leave the train. So, here is my first theory. The enemy, as Ratchet expected, joined the train at Vinkovsky by the door left open by Captain Arbuthnot and Monsieur McQueen, who had just descended to the platform. He was equipped with a wagon-lit jacket, which he wore over his ordinary clothes, and a pass key which enabled him to gain access to Ratchet's compartment in spite of the doors being locked. Ratchet was under the influence of a sleeping draught. This man stabbed him with great ferocity, 12 wounds in all. He left the compartment through the communicating door to Madame Hubbard's compartment.
Yes, that's so. Scared me half out of my wits.
The murderer thrust the dagger he had used into Mrs. Hubbard's handbag in passing. Without knowing it, he lost a button of his uniform. Then he slipped out of the compartment and along the corridor. He put the uniform jacket into Detective Locke's suitcase to cast suspicion on her. And a few minutes later, dressed in his ordinary clothes, he left the train just before it started off again, using the same means for egress, the door near the dining car. That is the first hypothesis. But there's a second. For that, we must examine the motive for the crime. Why was Ratchet killed?
Revenge.
The motive is clear. Revenge, of course. Nothing was stolen. And we know that Ratchet had made many enemies. This was a premeditated crime, meticulously planned.
Just before the departure, several months before the departure. Several months, I gotta be.
Since the kidnapping and death of little Daisy Armstrong, which traumatized many people close to the family. Even when the police concluded that it was Suzanne Moreau, questions remained. Detective Locke continued her investigation, as did others. They became convinced the truth lay elsewhere. We now know who the real murderer of Daisy is.
And that is Ratchet? Oh yeah, of course. I was like, what?
It is clear now that Daisy's killer was Ratchet, also known as Cassetti and Michael Clark and how many other names. But of course, many of you have known this for a long time. It is obvious that the 12 stab wounds are not a random number. Dr.
I swear to God.
Constantine's analysis revealed that some stab
Are they, wait. Are they saying that some of them took turns? I don't blame them. But it's just like, I hate this mofo so much. Stab. And then, okay, here, do you want to turn? I want to turn. God damn it, he killed my great granddaughter. And then, oh my God. Like, that's savage, but so funny in a way, because it just took turns. That's what it sounds like. They all took turns. Everyone else was right-handed, and then just Grandma Dragomir. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason this was uncovered. It's just because she's left-handed.
Appeared to have been caused by a right-handed attacker. Others indicated the knife wielder was left-handed. Some wounds were deep, more than one fatal. Yet others were not much more than mere scratches.
The women
What
probably
can explain these discrepancies? This leads us to an obvious conclusion. They are symbolic.
Daisy's age? Was she 12? I don't know. I'm just gonna guess this because symbolism.
Come now, Poirot. Daisy was 3 years old.
Ah, okay. A jury. Dang. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Just that little fact. 12 stab wounds because a jury in the United States. I like that.
12 stabs. 12! The same number as a trial jury in the United States. But
like
not
we are
just a jury of 12 members condemning him to death, but 12 executioners as well. This self-appointed jury had meticulously planned for everything except
Snow.
The avalanche that stopped us, as well as the presence of not one but 2 detectives on the train. They had to improvise, to hastily add clues and false leads.
Don't tell me the red kimono. But how did they know that I was watching? How would they know? Oh, the vaping liquid? Because of that guy? And the conductor's jacket? Like, all of these are pretty good. Here's one.
The vial of vaping liquid incriminated Captain Arbuthnot. However, he had a solid alibi confirmed by Monsieur McQueen. Impossible then to suspect him.
Yeah, so if they planned to take his vial, why did McQueen give him an alibi? That's where they effed up. So, are all of these gonna be red herrings?
The conductor's jacket, found in Detective Locke's suitcase, was put there only to cast suspicion upon her. The time on Ratchet's broken watch was deliberately set to conceal the true time of the crime. This woman in a red kimono does not exist. I don't know which of the passengers it was. It does not really matter. It was just a performance, a charade to introduce another possible culprit to muddy the waters. All these false leads were intended for me. But
wait, doesn't that mean that Olsen
I understood
was involved?
The truth. We have a train full of suspects. It's time to identify who the real culprits are. Let's start with Detective Locke.
Okay, no. Oh, I hate this. What if I'm wrong? I hope that the game kind of like, if I do get it wrong, that the game would correct me, because I do not want like an ending where like one of them get away. Let's see. She was not seen during the crime. She was drugged, pretty much.
Planting the conductor's jacket in her suitcase was an attempt to implicate Detective Locke, but she couldn't fake her drugged condition. Dr. Constantine can testify that the drugged tea incapacitated her for hours, and she had 2 relapses. Let us move on to Monsieur McQueen. When I told him about Cassetti, he looked very surprised that I managed to make the connection between him and the Armstrong case. He told me, "But I thought we had..." I think he meant...
I thought we had eliminated all the clues. I thought we had already arrested the culprit. Let's go with the first one.
You thought you didn't leave any real clues linking the murder to the Armstrong kidnapping. Moreover, you insisted that Ratchet did not speak French when you knew I had heard a voice calling out in French that was supposed to be Ratchet.
Yes. Oh, he's mad. Let's see. His father.
You took some pleasure in leaving me false clues, I think. It was quite annoying. But you told me yourself that your father was the district attorney who handled the Armstrong case.
The case haunted my father. At first, he believed Suzanne Moreau had helped her boyfriend, Noah, to kidnap Daisy, even though there were questions that went unanswered, and a young policewoman refused to let it go, continuing to find discrepancies, but never enough to reopen the official investigation.
That
Jock?
policewoman sits there.
I mean, Locke?
Her name is Joanna Locke.
Ah.
Then tell him how in the end my father believed you, how he resigned a job that he loved, racked with guilt that he may have let that monster go free. He died young, broken, his faith in justice broken. That's what Ratchet did to him.
Thank you for your honesty, Monsieur McQueen. Your father is one more victim of the man who called himself Ratchet.
Yeah.
Now, I will turn to Ratchet's valet, Monsieur Masterman.
He's not involved. No. No. There's nothing about him.
No, Poirot. Remember Ratchet's sleeping
Oh,
pills.
right! I forgot that he was being really suspicious. But what connection do you have? Yeah, you did this.
Ratchet sensed danger close to him and naturally wanted to stay awake. You gave him sleeping pills without his knowledge. Once he was sound asleep, you could do what you had to do in peace.
Sir, I'll tell you the truth. I was Colonel Armstrong's adjutant in the war, sir.
Oh my
and
gosh.
afterwards, I was his valet in New York. I'm afraid I concealed the fact this morning. It was very wrong of me, sir, but I knew how suspicious it would look.
Is that all you have to say?
That's all, sir.
So is he
Now,
part of this
leave
plot?
no suspicious stone unturned. Let us move on to Monsieur Book.
What? Me? A suspicious stone?
Come on, man. You know I have to do this every time. Found me in the room on the train? Yeah, like, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I said earlier. If he really is involved in this case, he wouldn't have asked me to come here, because he knows how good I am, so...
Book, my friend, of course you are not guilty. You did everything you could to get me on this train. What madness would cause you to ensure, and I speak with all modesty, that the best detective in the world could be present to witness your crime?
But doesn't our friendship count as well?
No.
Most assuredly, but A murderer can wear all sorts of masks,
Including friendship.
friendship.
You
Let
should
us
know that.
consider our ever-efficient wagon-lit conductor, Pierre Michel.
Hello, man. Yes, you did. Look at you the way that you look at me. What happens if I pick no? I want to see his face. Look, 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 look. I like that detail. Just thank you. No, no. Look how happy he is when I say no. I'm gonna do this for everyone.
No! God, please, no!
No, that is his motive. I need real, tangible proof.
My bad, my bad.
Your admission that you drugged Detective Locke immediately incriminates you. But the murder could not have been possible without your very capable assistance. Your knowledge of train procedures made the murder possible, and your position in the corridor of the train allowed you to be the perfect alibi for several passengers. And your motive? Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's poor nanny, who was wrongly accused and committed suicide, was your daughter.
C'est un foiré.
Woo!
He got what he deserved. My poor daughter has finally been avenged. My Suzanne.
Pause it. This is the sad part of this. This is why I said, like, I feel a little bit off with this figuring out who done it, because it just, it just doesn't feel like justice. Like, yeah, the man died. Now we arrest people who killed, but all this, the whole family doomed because of one man, and all he had was 12 busily stab wounds.
A child.
Let's move on now to Monsieur Hardman, one of 3 detectives on this train.
Are you really a detective though? Or was that just a lie? Okay, ready? Ready? He got a big smile on his face. Yay! Yes, he did, sir. Weren't you his testimony or something?
Monsieur Hardman, I think you are a real detective.
So he is.
But you were never hired by Ratchet. Your alibi was that you were watching the corridor to protect Ratchet.
But you were
Of course,
watching what?
You never did. You protected Pierre Michel. However, we just saw that his alibi doesn't hold up, so neither does yours.
I don't know about the conductor.
Being Suzanne's fiancé, you had a substantial motive to punish Ratchet. You used your detective skills, just as Detective Locke did, to hunt him down and finally avenge the death of your beloved.
That's right, Mr. Poirot. I do have some detective skills.
I never doubted it.
Huh. So he's the reason they all
Now,
found him on the train.
Fraulein
Makes
Schmidt,
sense.
the lady's maid with the soul of a cook.
Aw. She's so happy. But she has a permanent frown, y'all. She smiles, but then it's back to normal. Anyways, the frown. Lied about Princess Dragomir's handkerchief. Drugged Miss Locke. You also did that.
Fraulein Schmidt, you told me of your remorse for drugging Detective Locke. I believe you are sincere. However, as the cook of the Armstrong family, you experienced the drama from within. The death of Daisy, then Sonia Armstrong, who died in childbirth, and finally, Suzanne and John Armstrong.
So much misfortune in that poor family. The death of this criminal is only justice.
Let us move on to Countess Andreni. I was impressed by the earnestness of her husband when he swore to me solemnly on his honor that his wife never left her compartment that night. Should I believe it?
Not anymore. She doesn't really have a smile on her. Just that. Anyways.
Even if it seems logical, it's more complicated than that. I
So no?
believe Countess Andreni.
So no, she didn't. Huh. She is Sonia, morally incapable of stabbing. This one?
Countess Andreni, being Sonia Armstrong's sister, you had every reason in the world to want to avenge her.
Correct, that was your niece. You were more closer.
Incapable of stabbing someone, even after what he had done to you and your family. The night of the crime, you simply took a sleeping pill. I appreciate the irony that nearby, Detective Locke was also in a drugged sleep. When you awoke, you thought the nightmare was over.
So she was complacent still. She could still go to jail for that. So she was complacent, but she did not stab.
Hush, my love. Hush.
Excellent transition. I was coming to you, Count Andreni.
No. I'm sorry, the smiles kept me all that time. I don't know. I want to say no. But did he do it for her? He didn't like his face. Oh, he replaced her because she couldn't do it.
12 people. A jury. This was very important to all of you. If Countess Andreni did not stab Ratchet, someone had to take her place. And you, Count, the beloved husband. I've seen how fiercely you love and protect your wife.
Enough!
Oh.
I would do anything for Helena. Anything. Even that.
Yes.
Damn.
Even that. Let's move on to Monsieur Foscarelli.
Yes. Oh my god, what's that look on your face? I have to make them smile, y'all. He is Italian. That's the reason. He is Italian.
Detective Locke found out that you were the Armstrong chauffeur, and that you planned to travel on the same train at the same time as Ratchet. That is what made her decide to obtain a ticket as well. Unfortunately, she could not prevent the murder. Have you lost your tongue, Mr. Foscarelli?
I don't blame him.
Daisy. She was the delight of the house. Tonio, she called me. And she would sit in the car and pretend to drive me.
And you, Mademoiselle Olson.
You gotta be that lady running with the
Champion
kimono.
for the immigrants. A worthy calling.
Like, she specifically wanted the other lady, the British lady, to not wake up. Or something. Or lied. So I'm gonna say yes. I mean, I don't think she stabbed. I just think that she helped. So no?
I do not think that's the right
Damn,
answer.
you stabbed. Okay. Lady. Alright. Miss Debenham's alibi, she is reserved. Miss Hubbard's latch. Oh yeah, the latch.
Mademoiselle Olson, you supported Madame Hubbard's story about her connecting door latch. A story that I later demonstrated to be impossible. So, you deliberately lied to me, and you also lied about Mademoiselle Debenham's whereabouts.
Enough! I can't take this anymore. I know what you want from me, Mr. Poirot. Very well. Here it is. She was my little Daisy, my angel, so patient. When I patched a scrape or took her temperature, that was my job. But she was so much more to me. She was a shining light in an ever-darkening world. I've tried to
Nurse?
honor her by caring for children who have lost everything.
Thank you, Mademoiselle Olsen. You too shed light on your part in this mystery.
She was the nanny of Daisy. She was the nurse of Daisy. Okay.
You were Daisy Armstrong's nurse. I will ask you no more questions. It is enough that you have admitted
How did these
what
people
I know to be the
gather
truth,
around and be like,
I understand.
hey, do you want to commit a murder?
Let's move on. Dr. Constantine.
Without one of them
You
being like,
suspect
oh
me?
shit.
I know none of these people. I didn't
Dude.
know Ratchet either, and I've
Oh my god, like I said, I already said this earlier in some chapters. I do not like it when people do this to detectives or something. I do not know if it's in media or if they do this in real life, but god dang. Dude, you clearly saw me go around and address a couple of people. And in addressing these couple of people, I said, oh no, you were not involved in the case. I did this to Locke. I did this to Book. Why are you immediately in defense mode, my guy?
taken a solemn oath to help people, not murder them.
Relax. I said no. You helped me out.
You are one of the few people in this room not to have any connection with the Armstrong case. Moreover, your alibi is confirmed by Monsieur Book, whom I would trust with my life.
That is very kindly said, my friend.
We now come to Mademoiselle Debenham and Captain Arbuthnot, whose relationship was not in doubt from the moment I inspected your room at the hotel.
Now, what is that all about? Shut up, dude.
Indeed,
Shut up.
I do.
We're getting married.
Okay.
Congratulations. But I
Who gives a
would
shit?
rather talk about your relationship to John
Oh.
Armstrong.
Dang. Dang. You should have led with that, my guy. Because I'm like, who gives a crap about your relationship? I really don't care. Okay. If Armstrong was a coronel, whatever they were, then they gotta be soldiers together, in hand. Yes. This is why I thought he was John. My bad.
Captain Arbuthnot, you served in the army with John Armstrong. What I don't understand is why a man your age is still a captain. One might expect you to be a colonel as well.
Ever fought in a war, Poirot?
It was war that first brought me to England.
Then you know what it's like. There's a shattering sound, and death, and mistakes, acting on intelligence that proved to be wrong. I sent a patrol to their death. Good men, brave men, wasted. John testified on my behalf at a court-martial. I'm not a colonel. I don't deserve to be, you bloody fool. But I'm also not in prison. John remained my best friend until... There, you have my story. Understand now?
Archie, calm down, please.
You're right, Mary. What you see in me, I don't understand.
Oh, Archie, I see in you what John saw.
Miss Debenham, I'm sorry.
My turn, is it?
I'm afraid so. And you have caused me quite a puzzlement. Your connection with the Armstrong family was not obvious. Then
Were you the
I
teacher of
remembered
Daisy?
the job you currently hold.
Oh my god. Teacher?
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Are you getting
were
married
the
now? You might be in
teacher
jail.
No, she was the teacher of Countess Andrény.
Legit? My bad.
You were the teacher of Helena Andrény, whose maiden name was Helena Goldenberg before she married Count Andrény.
Yes, absolutely. Why lie to you? She was an excellent student.
Captain Arbuthnot.
Did he? I don't know. It doesn't... Didn't he have an olive? No, he didn't, because why would they put his banana shit there?
No, Poirot. Unlike the train, you are on the wrong track.
Legit. Okay, so let me get this straight. You stabbed Ratchet, and when it came to putting clues, they put his banana stuff. The family didn't care that he helped. They put his banana vape in the room to frame him only. Damn, that's cold. They try to frame you, bro. Or did... I don't know. I'm confused. Now they're saying he dropped his thing. What are they saying? McQueen's testimony. Because his testimony is wrong, then of course this means your testimony is wrong.
You had one of the strongest alibis, thanks to Mr. McQueen. But his testimony melted like a snowflake. There went your alibi.
Poof.
Unless you have another one. As for you, Mademoiselle Debenham.
I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. Because they needed 12 people or something. Yeah. Where's that instable Miss Olsen's testimony? Then this one.
Mademoiselle Olsen was the only one who could confirm your alibi. I think you know where you stand.
Very good, Mr. Poirot. Are you satisfied?
I will be soon. Now I must turn to Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
And yes,
Princess
automatic yes.
Dragonov.
The only left-handed person. Let me see that smile. See, there is none.
Princess Dragomirov, you weren't on my list of suspects at the start, given your social position.
I left my social position in a cold country.
Do you object to being addressed as Princess?
I deny people the opportunity. It makes a good story to tell their friends. It also guarantees a good table in the best restaurants.
Princess, there is also, forgive me, your extreme physical fragility.
It does not stop me when I must be strong.
Damn.
Indeed. Of more importance, though, is the fact that you're the only left-handed person on the train. And the single blow to Ratchet from a left-handed person was very, forgive me, weak. Finally, I'm afraid I know the alibi that you shared with Fraulein Schmidt is false.
You have been very thorough, sir. I hope you will permit me to say we are much alike.
Just imagine a small room in a train and 12 people have gathered. 12 people have gathered over to stab you, to surround you and stab you. Oh my god. At first, I was saying his death was not that good because he deserves more. And I still think he does deserve more. But the fact that there were 12 people in the room.
I am honored.
It's quite
now
poetic.
It is time to end with Mrs. Hubbard, or should I say...
Huh? Well, she's not Sonia Armstrong.
Linda Arden.
Who are you? How do they know? Why is everyone shocked?
Princess Dragomirov hadn't told me about her relationship with this famous actress, I might not have made the connection. But you are a great actress, madame. Your performance as a flighty, self-involved woman was superb.
You cannot see it, but I have my fingers up to my temple right now. I am thinking. And I do remember that she did mention a Linda something. But who is Linda truly? I do remember that Dragomirov did mention her. But in what? I don't know. I'm just gonna see if he says it himself, because I don't know.
I never would have guessed something entirely different. As for what ties you to the Armstrong family,
Legit?
it is obvious.
What was it? I don't remember. What links Miss Hubbard? Linda. Who is Linda? Mother of Daisy, godmother of Daisy, godmother of Adrenyi, aunt of Miss, sister, I don't know. Sonia's mom? Oh, okay.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Mrs. Hubbard, you are the mother of Sonia Armstrong and Mrs. Andreni.
Then that's a big yes, ma'am. What?
Madame Hubbard, you really are a remarkable actress. You put so much effort into your character and into staging the murder. I saw it as a perfect mosaic, each person playing his or her allotted part. So carefully arranged that if suspicion should fall on any one person, the evidence of one or more of the others would clear the accused person and confuse the issue. Everything was meticulously planned.
It was pretty
But
good.
You hadn't expected that Detective Locke and I would be on this train, and the avalanche would block it on the night of the murder. You had to improvise. But again, improvisation would be another of your skills as an actress. So you came up with the story that the latch on the door that communicated with Ratchet's compartment was hidden by the handbag.
I always fancied myself in comedy parts. That slip about the sponge bag was silly. Shows you should always rehearse properly. You know all about it, Mr. Poirot. You're a very wonderful man, but even you can't quite imagine what it was like. That awful day, I was just crazy with grief. So were the servants. We decided then and there that the sentence of death that Ratchet had escaped had got to be carried out. There were 12 of us, or rather 11. Suzanne's father was over in France, of course. First, we thought we'd draw lots as to who should do it, but in the end we decided on this way. It was the driver, Antonio, who suggested it. Mary worked out all the details later with Hector McQueen. It took a long time to perfect our plan. We first had to track Ratchet down. Hardman managed that in the end. Then we had to try and get Edward and Hector into his employment. Well, we managed that. Then we had a consultation with Suzanne's father. Captain Arbuthnot was very keen on having 12 of us. He seemed to think it made it more orderly. He didn't like the stabbing idea much, but he agreed that it did solve most of our difficulties. Well, Suzanne's father was willing. Suzanne had been his only child. We knew from Hector that Ratchet would be coming back from the east, sooner or later, by the Orient Express. With Pierre Michel actually working on that train, the chance was too good to be missed. My daughter's husband had to know, of course, and he insisted on coming on the train with her. Hector wrangled it so that Ratchet selected the right day for traveling when Michel would be on duty. And then, at the last minute, you came. For the rest of the story, you worked out everything, Mr. Poirot. You were right about all of us. What are you going to do about it? If it must all come out, can't you lay the blame upon me, and me only? I would have stabbed that man 12 times willingly. It wasn't only that he was responsible for my daughter's death, and her child's, and that of the other child who might have been alive and happy now. It was more than that. There had been other children kidnapped before Daisy.
Oh.
And there might be others in the future. Society had condemned him. We were only carrying out the sentence, but it's unnecessary to bring all these others into it. All these good, faithful souls.
Do not make me choose.
You are a director of the company, Monsieur Bouc. What do you say?
Huh?
In my opinion, Poirot, the first theory you put forward was the correct one. Decidedly so. I suggest that that is the solution we offer to the police. You agree, Doctor?
Certainly, I agree. As regards the medical evidence, I think that I made one or two fantastic suggestions.
Then, having placed my solution before you, I have the honor to retire from the case.
Oh, wait a minute. What chapter am I on? This feels like the end. Hold on. I cannot save. Bro, if I played chapter 9 when it was only supposed to be 8, I mean, it is what it is. But I said 8. Because the thing is, I've always waited for the little message at the top being like, oh, this, Orient Express. Usually it indicates that it's the next chapter, but this feels like the end. I finished the game. I finished the game. Okay, so I said I wasn't, but I did.
I'm sorry to wake you up in the middle of the night, Poirot, but it couldn't wait. There was a detail that bothered me in my preliminary autopsy of Ratchet's body. I went back to examine the body and I discovered a wound covered by another. The blow I hadn't seen was delivered by a thinner.
Don't tell me Joanne.
Blade. So there were not 12, but 13 stab wounds.
What the
12
hell?
stabs for 12 jurors. It doesn't work with 13 wounds. The symmetry is destroyed.
It can't be one of the culprits who stabbed him twice?
Doctor, a different knife was used.
Right.
There is only one explanation.
Somehow, some way,
there is a 13th murderer on this train. We must tell Book. The case is not solved.
Oh. Oh. This is chapter 9. Okay, that's okay. I was about to say, I'm like, I finished this? Dang, that this chapter was a bit long.
Please, come in. Ah, Book. I see we are moving at last.
Yes. The way was finally cleared while we slept. If all goes well, we will arrive in Venice this evening. The train will be there for several hours for refueling and reprovisioning. What do we do with the 13th murderer? Do you have a lead?
I
Not
thought
yet.
about it. There is one clue that was left aside in my investigation. The diary I found in Ratchet's safe mentioned an appointment in Venice. Someone with the initials AW. He will never keep the appointment. But there should be enough time. I must try to keep that appointment for him.
Where and when is the meeting with Ratchet?
That's the right answer.
Well, this is awkward now. Just imagine you come out of the train. You know everyone stabs a man. And they're just looking at you like, oh, hi. Like, they better be all in their rooms. I couldn't come out with the embarrassment. So, Joanne and Dr. Constantino. Okay. Problem is, I don't remember their rooms. I know Joanne is in... Wait, I'm not supposed to play this. It's chapter 9. Sorry, I definitely did get intrigued. Like, with the plot twist, I guess. Room 101. I'm gonna put myself in room 101. Now we save. City of Love. Okay, well, this is the final chapter that we're going to play. And just when we thought we found the killers for the case, there is one more. Which Seems like they must have done the killing very separately from the others. That's why I'm low-key suspecting a Joanne Locke in this case. Because who else could it be? I don't know. I really don't know. But it's a separate knife. From what I know, there is one more person we need to find, and we will find them here once we get off in this city. We did leave at a very interesting part, so I'm kind of looking forward to chapter 9 now. So, yeah, I think I got my thoughts out of the way with that one. This was a very fun chapter. I liked it.